Hello all, let's play some tree check this time. But yeah, knight of 3 is something that I wanted to try in this chess variant. Of course, if I had gone for the more well, quicker possibility to give those 3 checks, I would have played e4, but so for some reason my opponent is not moving at all. And thinking about his first move, yeah. Okay, now we go. Knight of 6. Interesting. So what should I do? Maybe I just go for g3, bishop g2, and castles. That's very interesting. So he wants immediately to give a check for some for some square, though I'm not sure which one. I mean, he probably will take on f2 now, but maybe that's not that big of a problem. I'm not sure, I never actually played this way before, so I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna castle now that I saw that move. I may play d3 and kick the knight away. That is exactly what I'm gonna do. Okay, knight of 6. Should I go for bishop g5? Maybe I should. Pin the knight maybe with the idea of playing e4. However, if bishop c5, I might do something else. Perhaps even consider playing d4 and prevent any possibilities for getting checked by my opponent. So this should be okay. Maybe bishop e7, I mean, yeah, there's nothing else really to suck chest. Knight c3, the idea of e4. But then again, e4, maybe knight takes e4 is possible. Okay, does that, and now another knight move. I wanna go queen d2 and trade those, not only those bishops but also the queens, maybe. Well, I'm gonna trade that and then play something else. Maybe e4, who knows. e4 does seem good, maybe with the idea of d5, trying to open the lines in front of the king. Sorry about that. My mouse went too, I mean the cursor went too far up. Yeah. shouldn't be that hard to decide whether the knight takes or the queen takes. I would probably take with the queen myself, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, why not? E4. I really do want to play d5 next, especially now that the queen is in front of the king. But then again, there's castles and there's no real danger for my opponent. But of course, if d5, then knight c5 is possible. Now, this does not make sense to me. I don't really understand why you would do such a thing, but then again, maybe after d5 my opponent wants to play e5. I think I'm just gonna do this. Queen d2, possibly queen f4. Threatening both the knight and the pawn here. Of course I may need to kick the knight away from b4 so that I don't need to worry about the c2 pawn after queen f4. Okay, I'm gonna do this, maybe bishop a6. But then pawn takes here, bishop takes here, and I take back with the bishop perhaps. And now queen to f4. And I do get some material, though I'm not sure how beneficial it is for me to take the c7 pawn, except that it wins the pawn. I would like to win this as a 3-check game, but we shall see if other ways to win come first. Okay, rook here so that I'm not under a threat by the bishop. I do realize that my queen hasn't got that many squares to which it can go, but it can still go to f4. However, maybe knight h5, threatening rook c8, trapping the queen is interesting. I'm not actually sure how to or what to do against it, but now that my opponent played his knight to g4, I can play queen f4 and there's really no problem anymore. Well, well, if I play d5, then e5 is possible, perhaps. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it was pawn. Actually, because the knight has to move anyway. And if pawn takes, that's just terrible. I will take back with the pawn, and the problems on the e-file will be very costly for my opponent. Okay. I just thought I can do this, and then when the knight moves I will take on e5 and win a second pawn. However, knight d4 is interesting. Counter to my move, because if I take with the queen, queen takes, and knight takes here is not so good for me. And okay, my opponent saw that, so I think I'm gonna do this now and take here. Knight d2, threatening the pawn on d4. e4 is still protected enough with the queen and the bishop, so I doubt that there's any problems in okay, takes, but I take back and then perhaps play rook d1 and try to take the second pawn. I should be doing well, but at the moment it seems that I'm not able to win this by delivering 3 checks, and instead that my opponent will either, well, it seems that Cesareo has left the game, but maybe my opponent will come back, and so okay, here we go again. So okay, rook d1, playing according to the plan I had. Maybe my opponent can play either rook to e8, most likely f rook to e8, and try to pressure my e4 pawn. Pawn on e4. Yep. Seems my opponent has some connection problems. Okay, I think I'm gonna go, well, to g5, I guess. Seems good enough. And e5 is not really something I can do, actually, because then knight takes d5 would be possible. And winning a pawn basically because my queen is undefended. Well, actually that's not completely true. I could trade queens, and when knight takes, bishop takes rook, but now I will take the second pawn from here and get the third pawn from here, so there's that. However, I think e5 now seems like the move to make. I want to take here and then play rook h4, but maybe my opponent will go queen g5. Yeah, and no fifth trade of queens, which I'm gonna obviously take. And now win the third pawn. I could take this pawn en passant, but probably shouldn't do that. I will, however, do this. At that knight it will go to a either f7 or h7. On h7 it would be completely out of play. Now that it goes to e4, I can just win another pawn. And okay, this seems very much like a normal chess game now. I wonder if I'm able to deliver the 3 checks. Most likely I'm not gonna be able to do that, but let's see. Well, there's the first check. Go here, and maybe then rook takes a7. But okay, I'm gonna deliver a check there now. Win with rook e7 check. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, bye bye.